We are celebrating 20 years of Spinnin Records, and we've asked DJs about their best memories from the past 20 years. In this episode, we have a DJ who's become notorious in the dance music scene. Put your hands up for Fedde.
My first encounter with spinning was when I actually still bought vinyl. And what I noticed is that how the vinyl is pressed makes a difference, and theirs was always like a little thicker, and the sound was always really loud, so that's how they stood out right away. I think spinning has always been on top of their game. You can just see that they just have a nose for things that I do really well in the club or sometimes even on radio. You know, they just have those extra antennas to feel what's going on in the market. For me, it was interesting because I had my own label at the time, so I was really interested in how they did that and so on and so on. So yeah, that was the first thing I noticed right away.
Since the early days of vinyl, technological developments have changed the ways of making music forever. When the dance scene first started to emerge, producing music came with many obstacles along the way.
When I started out, I mean, the scene was quite different, so I was mainly focused on, you know, just getting some work in my own country. It was just as competitive as now, but there were just different hurdles to take. But this is like early days when I just started. I mean, like now you just need a laptop and you can make music. Back then, you needed a freaking whole studio. You know, it has good and bad things. There were not as much people making music, so that was the advantage. But to get a product from A to B, like, I mean, I remember starting up my studio. I had to wait like an hour for some machines just to warm up and sound the same as I left the night before. So, you know, just to get started, you would be like an hour in. That's how things start out. You know, you start off with a small dream, and then over time it just gets bigger.
Fedde kept dreaming of a huge career, but getting there didn't always prove to be an easy road. However, Fedde was never one to wait for the right opportunity to come around. Instead, he created his own.
The reason I started my own label is because no one wanted to sign my tracks, to be really honest. That's how it started. But you know, especially starting out, you know, Spinning was like an established label, and the label I did back then was just, you know, just because I believed in my music. To be honest, like, I was already sending them tracks. They didn't want to sign Put Your Hands Up for Detroit, which now is a funny story. I mean, at the moment I was bummed out, to be honest, but thank God they did sign Let Me Think About It. I was really happy with the whole EDM boom, because especially here in America, I remember like some parties I would play dance music or house music, and then someone would come in and play hip hop. That was an extreme example, but you know, a lot more clubs would embrace house music. Most artists were like, finally, yes, we're here.
Well, and Fedde is here. But he didn't stop challenging himself. Fedde is always pushing himself and looking for new sounds. Nowadays, he's not showing any signs of slowing down.
There's two reasons to make music for me. So like, one is just do things that you actually like and just ideas that come up in your head and get them out on paper, so to speak. And the other thing is just, you know, you kind of need your own weapons in your DJ set. I think I've evolved a little bit with the styles at the moment. I think clearly throughout all my releases, you can clearly see there's always been a slightly more housey or love for house throughout all of those. All over the world. You know, in the end, this is a people business, you know, and I kind of want to see what's behind the machine or what's behind the logo. I think the people behind Spinning is one of the main reasons for me that I'm still in. Yo, what's up guys, this is Fedde, and I want to wish Spinning a happy 20th anniversary. Super big milestone, guys. Keep it up for another 20 years.